Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at noon.
New for you at noon, the 21-year-old man believed to be responsible for shooting and killing 9 people at Emmanuel AIM Church in Charleston, South Carolina Wednesday night has been charged. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Bradford Eric. Dylan Roof has been charged with 9 counts of murder and possession of a firearm during the commission of a violent crime. Roof made his confession shortly after being taken into custody in Shelby, North Carolina Thursday morning. Sources tell NBC News that Roof told police officers that he almost didn't go through with it because everyone was so nice to him, but said he ultimately decided he had to go through with his mission. Roof spent the night at Charleston's Al Cannon Detention Center. People in Fargo gathered last night to remember and honor the lives lost in that shooting rampage at that historic church in South Carolina. The 9 people who died in that shooting are being remembered as kind-hearted members of the community. 6 women and 3 men who shared a love of family and faith. Pastor Grace Murray at Plymouth Congregational United Church of Christ there says news of the shooting came as a shock to many, and members of their congregation just want people in Charleston to know that they're being lifted up in prayer hundreds of miles away. About 20 people attended the prayer service. The sunny weather may not last as storms are on their way. Let's check in with meteorologist Robert Hahn. Robert?
Yeah, we're going to see a mix of clouds and sunshine today. We're seeing lots of cloudiness, especially off towards the north, and still a bit of rain in the northern valley, and that has held their temperatures down into the 60s, and in fact even some upper 50s up in Roseau. 59 degrees there, 60 in Badette, 68 Grand Forks and Thief River Falls. It's 71 here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. There are the thicker clouds off towards the north. Underneath those clouds, yeah, we've got a few showers, and those continue to move off towards the east. We're going to see more storms develop as we head through this afternoon and this evening. Some of those could be strong and perhaps severe. Another round possible very late tonight and early on your Saturday morning. Going to show you the first 2 days of that 7-day forecast. We've got that chance for severe storms today. Tomorrow, some early morning storms, and then maybe a few isolated afternoon and evening storms. So stay weather aware as we head through the next 24 to 48 hours. We'll continue to keep you updated on air, online, and of course, always a good idea to keep that Valley News Live app handy if you're out and about. More on your weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, thank you, Robert. We are waiting to hear when the judge will decide on the state's request to dismiss the final 2 charges against Aaron Canoodle. The suspended West Fargo teacher is accused of having a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old student in 2009. Canoodle was originally charged with 5 counts of solicitation of a minor and was found not guilty on 3 of those charges. He was set to have another trial dealing with the last 2 counts starting Tuesday, but that could all change with this motion. The state outlines several reasons why they would like these final 2 charges dismissed, including claiming the trial has been skewed in one direction by the media and that there has been a lack of concern for the alleged victim. Canoodle's attorney says he's still reviewing the motion. We reached out to the former student who's accusing him of these charges, and she said she was in shock but was not ready to speak publicly. The North Dakota Attorney General's office said this morning they have no comment on the motion. Coming up on Valley News Live at 6, Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop looks at the impact the trial had on local teachers. A mother and her 15-month-old daughter got caught in the crossfire of a shooting in South Minneapolis. It happened at a park yesterday afternoon. Police say the mother was walking in the park and the toddler was in a stroller when they were both shot. Police say they were not the intended targets. Both are expected to survive. So far, there have been no arrests in the case. Operations came to a halt at Cass Clay Creamery in Fargo last night because of an ammonia leak. Fire crews were called to the creamery shortly after 8. Turns out there was a leak in the supply line going to the ammonia tank on top of the building, a system that's used to cool that building down. Fargo's fire department tells us that crews were able to get it handled. There's no danger to the public, no one had to be evacuated, and operations resumed as normal. A $2 million grant has been awarded to the city of Fargo. The grant will be used to provide flood protection for the city's wastewater treatment plant to minimize the risk of sewer backup during wet weather conditions. The total cost of the project is estimated to be $2.6 million, with the federal government providing 75% of the total funding. Coming up with Father's Day just around the corner, you may want to give him the gift of advice, why it could be life-saving. But next, weather to plan your day.